Shalom, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, elder brothers, and elder bishops, Salakion. On down, we are learning the truth from. Salutation to the whole elect. This is your brother Rai Banyamian, here to share another lesson. Lord willing, it be edifying unto the elect. And it looks like, more job cuts happening, no more on the way. And it says that the season that we are in, these current job cuts are worse than what happened in 2009 as a result of the downturn in the economy in 2008, right? So I just want to share this article to keep you apprised on the news, current events, what's going on. Share a few scriptures in between and at the end, and close it out. So Lord willing, you rectified. This is by Reuters, written by Akish Sharam. Says U.S. job cuts over January, February hit highest since 2009 report. Right, and these are the people sign up in line. To report their jobs at the career center. It says on March 9, Reuters, layoffs by U.S. companies over January and February touched the highest since 2009, with the tech sector accounting for more than a third of the over 180,000 job cuts announced, a report showed on Thursday. In February alone, layoffs in the United States stood at 77,770, more than 5 times higher than the 15,245 job cuts announced a year earlier, according to the report from employment firm Challenger, Gray, and Christmas Incorporated. The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits rose 21,000 in the week ending March 4th. That was a few days ago. The Labor Department said the biggest increase in 5 months. All right, so the grinding is, being brought low, as I talk about in Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. I'm gonna grab that real quick to start. So I'm gonna read from verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few." Right? Those are, your workers, people that keep society moving, right? "And those that look out of the windows be darkened." So the hope, these people that lose their job, especially in old age, there's no hope that things would be like they used to, especially for the young people. They are finding it harder to find the specific jobs that they go to training for. Verse 4, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the song of the grinding is low," right? No work. "And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low." So getting up early in the morning, with these alarm clocks or whatever, it would be, failed, because you would wake up early and you wouldn't find a lot of work. But the hope is, the Lord's elect, the Lord is going to see his elect through these periods of, unemployment, famine, so on and so forth. But, we got to have faith. Lord willing, we be of that number. It says, right now, the overwhelming bulk of cuts are occurring in technology, retail, in technology, retail and financial are also cutting right now. In technology, a lot of these jobs are being automated, right? Warehousing is a big industry, and even that is seeing a lot of technological advances where they don't need as much human beings. Some time ago I was walking down the street where I used to frequent a local library, and at the time, people, they were still, reading actual paper books. Students would go to the library to find like magazines certain news clippings that that were hard to find and stuff like that. So when I used to go to a library, there was a lot of people there, right, doing research and stuff. Now everything is at your fingertip with a smartphone, so you don't need to keep a brick and mortar building open that long, or have all those clerks. You know what I mean? So that's just a small way that technology has cut jobs. Now the library is barely open. All right. Same thing with retail, check cashing and stuff like that. Everything is being automated at your fingertip, and it moves quickly, so you don't need people. All right. It says retail and financial are also cutting right now as consumer spending matches economic conditions, said Andrew Challenger, Senior Vice President of Challenger Gray and Christmas. See, and soon, there'll be no work for each. Right now, there's still work that you could do. It may not be as, high paying, and if you're lucky, you're able to find a job that is paying $21 an hour. But soon, there'll be no work for Egypt, and these jobs right now that people don't want to do, they'll be begging to do. And go to Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Right? So high and low jobs is going to be like non-existent. As you see, the job cuts are in the tech sector, retail. These are high paying jobs. You know what I'm saying? I have a family member that do tech work, and even they said that they got to jump around to different companies to get the money's worth, for their services, because a lot of companies, they don't want to pay like they should. You know what I mean? Since the cost of living and stuff is going up, and the Fed, it said that they are going to continually raise interest rates. All right, and these jobs are not matching that. The wages are pretty much stagnant. Continuing on, it says tech companies from Microsoft Corp and Google parent Alphabet Inc. to PayPal Holdings have cut thousands of jobs this year in an effort to curb spending and protect margins amid an uncertain outlook. The layoffs that many of these companies announces are welcome to investors. Sort of right-sizing the cost structure, rationalizing growth is being rewarded in the market, said James Tierney, Chief Investment Officer at asset management firm Alliance Bernstein. Some these things people may read that you saw right, it don't make sense. Things like people being laid off, seen as a good thing, but when you saw cut, these further benefits and ways of earning a living, those side hustles that people have, they will look at it like if it's a good thing, man. Scripture said that that he does not sleep until he cause some to fall. So these are looked upon as good, for them. Almost done. It says shares of Alphabet, Microsoft, Amazon.com, and Meta Platforms Inc. have gained between 6 and 54% so far this year, after falling between 29 and 64% in 2022. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell on Wednesday reaffirmed his message of higher and potentially faster interest rate hikes, which could force companies to slash more jobs. So you see, and they said this is a good thing. You being out of work is a good thing, right? And all these things happening is gonna culminate into them, presenting that MOTB first for usage and then by force. How are you gonna feed yourself, right? It says, how are you gonna feed yourself without knowing the Lord, I should say. Well, they know how vain people is and how most people don't trust the Most High. So they're gonna take whatever it is He dishes out for them. It says U.S. firms announced plans to hire 28,830 workers in February, down 87% from 215,127. Yeah, earlier they reported. Alright, so that concludes the article. So remember the benefits, especially the food benefits that they have cut. Now people have to use their own money to sustain themselves as far as like food and nutrition goes. The scriptures talk about the teats being taken away, and I'm gonna grab that real quick to end it off. Staying in the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 12. They say they would miss these things, And there you go. Isaiah 32 and 12, it says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vines. For those, extra hundreds of dollars that they were receiving in food vouchers, right, is being taken away. And it's being missed already because these people, outside of lining up those unemployment offices, are now lining up a mile long, I read in one article, for in front of food pantries to get certain provisions. So as this thing crumbles, it's only going to get worse, and we are going to be affected one way or another if we are those of us that are not affected yet. So hold the faith, continue in obeying and fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? And He's going to provide all He needs. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto the elect. Until you next time, Shalom.